coming out, you're not going to be effective. You see, you won't be effective at all. You are the salt of the earth. Also, is likened to not just to influence, not just to preserve, but to also maintain the knowledge of the kingdom of God. Put that down in your note. It's also the salt being able to go. So you can't take nothing from it. And so in order to maintain the knowledge by which God gave them, you have to stay in the same contents, the ingredients that make you salt. You see, you got to be able to maintain the same effectiveness that God had called you when He calls you to be salt. I put down there, when God calls you to be salt, He expected us to maintain all of the ingredients by which salt has. What do you mean by that? If you take anything from salt, it's not salt no more. If you take anything from it. If you try to add too much to it, it's not the way that He made us. So in order for us to be to that full measure as salt and to preserve life and to influence souls, we have to stay within the measure, within the boundaries that God calls us to be in. You see, anything less than that, anything outside of that, then we're walking outside of our measure. And we're good for nothing. You know, you're so much good for nothing that it will cause you, the minister, who said it on the salt, to walk inside of doubt. You begin to walk inside of doubt. You're effective, God. It's still a little on me. I can't do this and I can't do that. That's taken from it. That's not the measure that God called you in. You won't be effective like that. So the more we have to stay within the measure in all the content that God called us to as salt. You see, in order to influence anybody around us, in order to preserve this walk. You see, in other words, I'm going to show you a real example of that. Talking about salt. If I'm salt of the earth and God has called me to ministry,